Welcome to another travel edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Hey, Kiki.
Hey, Jeffrey.
We are here in Greenwich, Connecticut. Beautiful foliage. They had this huge event out here, taking up the parking lot, which was a little bit of a challenge, but not tough to get around. But this is Greenwich. This is a Hyatt Regency.
Hyatt Regency in Greenwich, Connecticut. Great little village. I mean, I highly recommend spending some time here. Amazing restaurants, cutest shops downtown. It's just really fun, vibrant place. So for location, this is really phenomenal, to visit Greenwich. Now, we have stayed at this hotel before, so check out our last suite video.
We're obviously checking out, so there's our stuff, but we've been here, right?
They renovated this entire place. So first of all, yes, they are pet friendly. We love that. So Berkeley is here with us.
And this is, I don't know what this is called. This isn't there. They have a presidential suite and a residential suite that are pretty cool. We'll check those out next time, but this was I think a normal suite.
Well, actually, this
quite
is
large.
It is not just a normal. This is a premier suite. So one of the top tier, but not the very top.
Okay.
And as Jeffrey mentioned, they have a new residential suite, which is very similar to this, except it has a full kitchen and I believe a dining table. So that's great if you're coming to stay for a longer period of time. We will definitely check that out.
I'm going to get into the ratings in a second, but since you mentioned it, I'm just going to show this. It's not a full kitchen, but there's a microwave, there's a refrigerator under there, plenty of storage, a sink, they got the coffee set up here. This is an upgraded espresso machine. Actually, it's pretty good. We had one of those back in the day.
I love the espresso machine.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeffrey brings me coffee and it looks like it just came from a beautiful machine at a coffee shop.
I don't know if you saw this, but there's a little fridge in here too for drinks in your bedroom, which obviously we didn't use that. We didn't need a second fridge, but it's nice to have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick scan of this and then we'll go through and do the ratings. This is a nice upgraded bathroom, double sinks, a very large shower, and your storage in here, which is great. It's actually a really big closet.
Really nice closet for us to put all of our suitcases. So we didn't have anything sitting out in the room. They do have robes. For those of you who know us, know that we love robes. There's robes and slippers. This particular robe, I had this once before. It's a 100% cotton waffle robe, and it is a great summer robe. I'm just gonna say it doesn't compare to the robe that we had at the Roundtree, which was our stay prior to this one, the Roundtree in Amagansett. But it was sufficient, and I'm just gonna say it was sufficient, and it's so fresh and white and clean. So for that, I'm always very grateful because I love robes. So thank you, Hyatt, for having a robe.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll through our ratings, our 5 pearl ratings. So location, 1 to 5 pearls, you already mentioned, Greenwich.
Yeah.
This is close to Greenwich, great restaurants, bars, and I think this is a really good spot, really cool spot.
Excellent spot. I mean, I give it 4.5 because you can't really walk to the town. You probably could, but it would be a bit of a hike. But I wouldn't even hesitate. It is a fantastic spot, and we have been here before, and we will be here again. So, so I give it 4.5.
Okay, all right then.
Pearls for location.
And next we rate on the personnel. So we haven't had a lot of interaction with people. The guy that just delivered breakfast this morning, I was going to ask people's thoughts. I actually put an extra tip on there. So they have a nice breakfast service here. You have to go online, a little confusing. You can kind of talk about that. But the app works really well when you know how to use it all the way through. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I did put a tip on. I'm just wondering what people think. I did put 15%. He's delivering, and I'm like the kitchen. It's a delivery. It has a 6% surcharge anyway, so I probably over-tipped him. I'm just wondering what people's thoughts were.
And in addition, it has a delivery fee on top of the 6%.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta go check that out.
But that's fine. I mean, you've got a grown man coming to deliver your breakfast, so I personally think that was really nice that you gave him the additional, to ante it up to the 20+%.
Yeah, so just love thoughts down below. But the people, he's great, by the way. Seen him a couple days. We had an issue with the online app yesterday.
Yes.
And the front desk, they were not really answering it the right way. Kiki had sent it. I guess she didn't click done on the app, but it sent the time and everything else, so it looked like it was going.
Right.
So we didn't get the breakfast on time. I had to leave without it.
Right.
And they were like, "Hey, did you get the email? If you didn't get the email, it didn't work. Rather than I'm sorry," which that was a faux
So
pas.
let me take you through it just for 2 seconds. I went on the app. I ordered the breakfast, and it said your breakfast will be delivered at 8:20 a.m. I didn't think I needed to do anything else because I had already hit the submit button and it told me when my breakfast would be here.
Right.
It never showed up at 8:20, 8:30, 8:40. We had to leave, so we went down. It was about 8:50, and I let the front desk gal know that our breakfast didn't come. And she said, well, she says, I don't see an order for it. Did you get an email confirmation? And I said, I have no idea. I didn't know after I placed an order that I then need to go to my emails. It didn't tell me to go check my emails. And she said, oh, well, I don't think you placed it correctly. Instead of, I'm so sorry, we've had issues with this before, which I know they have because guess what? Last time we were here, there was another issue different than this one. So if you're ordering room service, after you order, make sure you get that email or call down and make sure they got your order. Otherwise, you'll just be waiting and waiting.
And I would say to the Hyatt, they should add something there when it says your breakfast will be delivered at this time. If you click done at the bottom of this app, that would be nice.
Exactly.
But anyway, that being said, enough on that. So it's the people in general.
Right, that brings us to rating the staff. And I just had an incident at 8:50 a.m. this morning. We have the do not disturb sign on. And the housekeeper just opened up the door and said, hello, no knock, and there's a do not disturb. And the dog happened to be at the door, so I raced over because I didn't want her to shoot out. But that is a big no-no.
Yeah.
First of all, not knocking.
Come this way, because I like.
Second of all, the biggest no-no there was a do not disturb on my door.
Well,
and that's something that we have had issues with before, and serious training needs to go on there because when you have do not disturb on, you don't know what's on the other side of this door. It's wrong, especially 8:50 a.m. and we never said we were checking out early. So that was just uncalled for. So as far as the staff goes, I'm really only going to give this staff a 2.8 because I do feel like they need some additional training to bring this up to a Hyatt Regency level.
Well, I would agree. And then when I checked in as well, they've got a lot of events going on here, as I mentioned, but they also have a movie theater in here, and there was a massive line, so I went out to the car to organize our stuff because I didn't want to wait in the line. And I say massive, it was 4 or 5 people in front of me. I mean, this was pretty late when we got here, so I didn't need to wait for that. So I came back, and there was only one guy in there with some issue around a movie ticket when a movie wasn't playing, and she spent a ton of time with this guy. Look, I don't need him to drop everything, but I was thinking in my mind, is this like a movie theater or a hotel? So I agree with you. I'll join you with the 2.8 on people. So low rating, and they'll work on that. Next,
they should have a globalist line.
They do have a globalist line.
Okay, so
there was only one person there. There was only one person there.
There was nobody additionally manning the globalist.
Yeah, well, it was later, so I understand. But there was like 4 or 5 people.
I do want to add, they upgraded us to this beautiful suite, which because of our status, that is part of the program. We are entitled to the most, any suite available, even a premier suite. So they did that, which was really fantastic.
Yeah.
But I have to say, they really need some additional training at this resort to bring it, or hotel to bring it up to par, because it's not where it needs to be. So,
right.
And that we're being honest because they upgraded us to a beautiful suite.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative of this.
Obligated to tell you anything that's not the truth here.
Maybe they won't upgrade us next time, but so be it.
Maybe they won't, but at least we've been honest with our viewers.
Okay, so now next would be Cleanliness. This is a brand new suite.
Yes.
I'm just going to tell you, they put these rugs in, which is great. This is so that if someone spills coffee or whatnot, they last longer, I guess, because you can't really see anything on the rug, which I think that's a challenge too for housekeeping. They can't see anything on the rug if they go through and vacuum and clean up, because we did have some issues with cleanliness in this room, right?
We did, but Jeffrey, to be fair and honest, in fact, we're not sure if it was chocolate or what, but there was something all over this door.
Door jam,
and there was a big mound of it. I mean, it could have potentially been some sort of chocolate on the floor there. And, you know, this little one will find anything. In addition, there were crumbs. Jeffrey stepped on some things. So if you vacuum, regardless of the design, you're going to get up a majority of things if you vacuum thoroughly. So I have zero complaints on the cleanliness of the bed and the bathroom, which are most important. But when you are traveling with children and pets, you need to make sure that your place has been fully vacuumed, because there could be food or, you know, vitamins or worse medications that don't get vacuumed up, that your child or pet could ingest and really cause an issue. And that is a big fear of mine. So I'm not going to rate them super high on housekeeping. We will come back and do a second review, because I want to give them some time to make it better here, because I love a lot of things about this. But I am only giving housekeeping a 2.5.
And, you know, I'm just going to add too, you're a stickler on housekeeping. I usually don't really care. But yeah, those things you mentioned were discouraging. Yes. And I will just say, last time we were here, there was a wedding or something going on and lots of turnover, and the housekeeping was working like crazy out there. So I know there's a lot of work going on, but we actually had issues last time with cleanliness. So I know they're working hard to swap these rooms out. But, you know, this is a Hyatt Regency. You know, it's not the top of the food chain, obviously, but, you know, you expect a clean room. Let me just say that. I expect a clean room in any hotel.
Any hotel. I don't care if it's, you know, the lowest tier. And again, because housekeeping, we walked in at 8:50 a.m. without knocking, and I had do not disturb. So, you know, I think 2.5 is a really fair rating to give housekeeping at this point. But again, we will come back very soon and give them an opportunity.
Okay, we got 2 more things and we got to roll. I don't want to rush you, but we're kind of in a rush. So we're talking about quietude and sleepability. I will say, with all the stuff going on here, they've done a great job. There were some earplugs next to the bed. I'm just like, oh, I don't know, maybe they have events and stuff, but we didn't need those. It was nice and quiet here. We didn't really hear anything. Maybe I heard a door slam in the hallway. You know, they shut with heavy clothes, but outside of that, pretty quiet. The bed, though, I know you didn't love the pillows.
Yeah, and on Quietude, I'd give them a 4 on Quietude. I did hear some hallway noise. And again, this place is busy, busy, busy. So that happens in a hotel. It can't be completely soundproof. But I love that they give you earplugs. That's such a great amenity to add. Okay, so comfort on the bed and the pillows. I mean, I don't know, we've had so many beautiful hotel beds. This is just not one of them. This particular room, and I don't remember the last one being like this, the bed is very hard and the pillows are very hard. I'm giving this sleepability. I didn't have a great night's sleep either of the nights we were here. I'm giving them a 3. So I have to preface, because this is really one of the lowest ratings that I've given a hotel, especially when they've given me a gorgeous upgrade. And I love this hotel and I love this room, but the whole package together did not warrant a flawless stay for us. And I want to be really honest with you, so your expectations aren't, oh my gosh, these rooms are gorgeous, which they are, and this hotel is phenomenal, and it's going to be a great stay. You might have a few obstacles, and I hope they'll watch this video. We always send it to them, and that, guess what? This is an opportunity to do better and become the best.
Right.
So on that note, I think that's it for this particular hotel, except
coffee. Okay, we always rate the coffee.
Jeff,
1 to 5 pearls. So, and I already mentioned this machine. So it's great. An espresso. It's an upgrade. It's a nice little espresso. So that's great. The coffee coming when you get the app going right. The coffee that they deliver is piping hot, and it was great. So I'm going to give them 4.5 on the coffee. Right. So all in all, you're right. Not a great rating, but I'm sure we'll be back because we come out here quite often.
Right.
Greenwich is a great spot. It's close to our kids, and you know, we'll definitely be back.
Yes,
but thank you.
I have high hopes for this place. I mean, they have a phenomenal bar downstairs. It's really a fun place. So I don't want our rating to discourage you. Come here and then comment on us and let us know if they've rectified their issues, because everything that we're complaining about or rating low are things that can be fixed and make this next time everything can be 5 pearls. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from the Hyatt Regency in Greenwich, Connecticut.
All right, thanks for watching.